Welcome to Top Crew Aviation. This is Captain P.K. Yadav.
Today we would discuss the new topic which is RVSM. So now there are some approval, like what are the requirements for approval of RVSM operations. So that has been defined as per the state-wise ICAO has that specific guideline for that. But what are the requirement of a state? So every state has its own governing body under ICAO. So like in India, that is DGCA, guys. So a state, if I'm talking about a state, means I'm talking about DGCA here in India, guys. A state airworthiness authorities are responsible for verifying that an aircraft is technically capable of meeting and maintaining the stringent altimetry system performance requirements. Crew must be trained in appropriate procedures in RVSM airspace, guys. So there are some specific requirement for the aircraft to enter in RVSM airspace, and there are some specific requirement for the crews too. So both should be capable of RVSM, then only you can penetrate RVSM airspace, guys. Otherwise not allowed, okay? So providing all these requirements are met, an authority will issue an RVSM operational approval. So these are the basic things, guys, because I do not want to jump directly into call. I just want to give you the basic idea again and again so you feel comfortable, you get it in your head what is RVSM. So guys, the separation standards, let's say within RVSM airspace, and again we always talk about flight level 290 in between to flight level 410. Let's say like crew and aircraft both have all the requirements, then what would be the separation in that case, guys? Only 1000 feet separation required, because RVSM approved aircraft and crew is also trained for RVSM. In case non-RVSM approved state aircraft and any other aircraft operating within RVSM airspace, guys, understand, airspace is RVSM, but aircraft is non-approved RVSM. In that case, we have to give that separation. Let's say, the traffic is not that much, but aircraft want to fly in RVSM. Then if ATC permits you, then you can fly, but separation would be minimum 2000 feet. Why? Because your aircraft is not approved by RVSM, guys. One more thing I would like to tell you, formation flights are to be considered non-RVSM, guys, because it is risky. If you are flying in formation, 1000 feet vertical separation is very less. So in nutshell, I would like to tell you formation flights are not allowed with a 1000 feet vertical separation. Alright, so not permitted at all. Now we would try to understand what happens, because we would face some sort of situations in RVSM 2. So we will get the basic idea how we would be dealing. Let's say you get any weather, you get any equipment failure, you get any severe turbulence within the RVSM airspace, then how we are going to handle it. And later on we would learn how we are going to make the call, guys. So in that case, in case of bad weather, equipment failure, the pilot shall notify ATC of any equipment failure, weather hazards such as severe turbulence, etc., guys, which may affect the ability to maintain the cleared level or the RVSM requirements, guys. How we do notify ATC, we will understand later. Next, guys, like when an aircraft operating in RVSM airspace encounters severe turbulence due to weather or wake vortex, which the pilot believes will impact the aircraft's capability to maintain its clear flight level, the pilot shall inform ATC, guys. So whenever you think, being a pilot, if you think that you are not able to maintain the level of 1000 feet, the separation of 1000 feet, or even though if you are able to maintain a separation of 1000 feet, but you have a doubt because of any equipment failure or maybe weather hazards, because in CB Cloud, guys, we get the updraft and downdraft, guys, up to 5 to 10,000 feet, minimum 5,000 feet. So in that case, definitely ATC will notify you. In case ATC is not notifying you, you have to notify ATC. All of us have to be informed, but yes, in case of anything, if you think that is gonna impact your separation, you have to inform ATC so that ATC can maintain each and everything, orderly flow of traffic, guys, can inform you what to do, what not to do, can inform others too. And ATC is required to establish either an appropriate horizontal separation minimum or an increased vertical separation minimum of 2000 feet, guys. So like if you tell your ATC, like, this is something which is not good, maybe equipment or maybe weather, ATC is going to check the upper and lower level of yours so that, either he'll give you more separation so that you can continue your flight, or you have to descend the non-RVSM level. Again, we will understand it later too once again. So wherever a meteorological forecast is predicting severe turbulence within RVSM airspace, guys, ATC shall determine whether RVSM should be suspended, or if so, the period of time and specific flight level and or area, guys. As I told you earlier, the similar thing. Alright, when notified by ATC of an assigned altitude deviation of more than 300 feet, guys, pilot shall take action to return to the cleared level as quickly as possible. So guys, that is why I'll tell you there is a altitude alerting device inside the aircraft. That's the requirement to be RVSM approved aircraft, guys. So in case you are deviating up and down like more than 300 feet, ATC is going to tell you, because ATC has that information too, and you have to grab that level as soon as possible, guys. Alright. So in the event of a pilot advising that aircraft is no longer capable of RVSM operations, it is particularly important that the first ATC unit made aware of the failure performs the necessary coordination with subsequent ATC units. So how? What happened? Like let's say in any situation and you are not able to maintain RVSM. Let's say you are at flight level 330. As per your heading, guys, we apply, semicircular rule in this RVSM. Alright. If your heading is easterly, your flight level would be odd. And if your heading is westerly, your flight level would be even. So let's say your flight level is 330, guys, and you were flying RVSM. Now, due to anything, your equipment failure, severe turbulence, or anything, you have to come out of the RVSM airspace because you are not RVSM operational now. Then see, if you are at 330, it means you are in odd, you have to come down to the non-RVSM. So highest non-RVSM odd flight level is 270 and highest non-RVSM even flight level is flight level 280. So you have to come odd to odd, even to even. So if your flight level is 330, you will come down to flight level 270. If your flight level is 320, you have to come down to your flight level 280, guys. So do not make this kind of mistake, guys. That is why I'm giving you an example. In case of any query, guys, just do let me know. I'm here to help you. You can comment below too, and I'll give you the response. Alright, guys. So take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Here you go, your checklist. Like, subscribe and share. Thank you for watching.